In the middle of a silent night, under a sky filled with silver stars, a small cat named Marru sat alone beside a broken streetlight. Her fur shimmered faintly in the dim glow, but her eyes wide, green, and full of longing told a story of pain and hope. That night, something would change her life forever. Marru wasn't an ordinary cat. She had once belonged to a loving little girl named Alina, who used to carry her everywhere wrapped in a pink blanket, feeding her milk with a tiny spoon, calling her my sunshine. Marru remembered those days. The warmth, the laughter, the tiny garden filled with butterflies. But one stormy evening, a car accident took Alina's family away. In the chaos, Marru ran out into the rain and never found her way back. For months, she roamed the streets from one alley to another, from one trash bin to the next. She learned to survive the cold nights, dodge the dogs, and find food where humans threw it away. But every time she saw a little girl walking with her parents, she would stop, hide behind a wall, and quietly stare. Somewhere deep inside, she hoped Alina would appear again and call her name. One evening, Marru found herself in front of an old bakery. The smell of freshly baked bread made her stomach growl. She crept closer, her paws silent on the wet ground. The baker, an old man named Mr. Rafi, noticed her tiny shadow and smiled. "Hungry, little one?" he said gently. Marru froze, not used to kindness anymore. But when he tossed her a small piece of bread, she carefully stepped forward, sniffed it, and ate. That night, she slept near the bakery door for the first time, safe, warm, and with a full belly. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, Marru waited by the bakery. Mr. Rafi would smile and put out a saucer of warm milk. He began talking to her as if she could understand every word. "You remind me of my daughter's cat," he said one day, his eyes misty. "She moved to the city long ago. I miss her." Marru didn't understand the words, but she understood the feeling, the same ache she carried inside. One afternoon, it started to rain heavily. Marru stayed near the bakery, shivering under a small wooden bench. The street was empty except for a young girl in a yellow raincoat running past, holding an umbrella too big for her tiny hands. Marru froze. The girl's laugh, her hair, her eyes, everything reminded her of Alina. The girl stopped suddenly and turned around. Their eyes met. For a long second, time stood still. Marru tilted her head, meowing softly the same way she used to call Alina when she wanted milk. The girl blinked, then whispered, "Marru?" Her voice cracked with surprise. Mr. Rafi, who had come out with a broom, froze in place. You know this cat?" he asked. The girl nodded slowly, tears forming in her eyes. "She was mine. I lost her when I was small. I thought she was gone forever." It was Alina, grown up a little, but the same smile, the same heart. The rain poured harder, but neither of them moved. Alina crouched, holding out her hand. Marru hesitated for a moment, then ran into her arms, pressing her face against her coat, purring loudly. The sound echoed through the street like music. Mr. Rafi wiped his glasses, smiling through tears. "Well," he said softly, "seems like you both found each other again." From that day on, Marru's world became bright again. Alina would come to the bakery every morning before school. She and Mr. Rafi became friends, and Marru had two hearts to love her now. She had her own little blanket again, not pink this time, but yellow, matching Alina's raincoat. Sometimes, at night, Marru would sit by the window and stare at the stars, the same stars that had watched her through loneliness and pain. Now, she wasn't scared of the dark anymore. She had found light in two people who cared. But Marru's story didn't end there. One winter morning, when the first snowflakes fell, Alina noticed that Mr. Rafi didn't open the bakery. She knocked on his door, but no answer came. With trembling hands, she went inside. Marru followed, her tail low, as if she already sensed what had happened. Mr. Rafi was sitting in his chair, eyes closed, a peaceful smile on his face. The heater was still on, and beside him lay a small saucer of milk untouched, but ready for Marru. He had left quietly, without pain, leaving behind the warmth he had given every day. Alina cried silently, holding Marru close. Marru meowed softly, licking Alina's tears, as if to remind her love doesn't end, it changes shape. That evening, Alina decided to take Marru home for good. She hung a small photo of Mr. Rafi in her room beside one of her parents and placed Marru's saucer of milk beneath it. Years passed. Marru grew older, her fur turning silver around.